What's up, guys? It is Tuesday, October 18th. It's 11:16 a.m. and this is the crypto market update. So we're going to start off on the daily chart, the 10-year yield bonds. We're seeing momentum rise, so it's likely we're going to keep going up as far as the bonds go. If we go to the 3-day chart, we're starting to curl as well too. So until we have a cross down as far as the 50 line with these indicators and the momentum shift, the direction's up. So, but we just don't want a rapid rise up. That's the only thing. You can see on the weekly chart, we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 3 months of consecutive green candles on the weekly chart. Maybe it is time for a little correction as far as the bond yields go. Maybe pull back down to the EMA ribbon. Remains to be unseen. So we're just going to have to watch it over the coming weeks. 5-day chart. Yep. So momentum still the upside, but there's some indication that we may see a pullback back down to the EMA ribbon, hold as support, and then at that point, it's all up in the air to see what happens at that point. So now let's go to the dollar chart and let's go to the daily. You can see on the daily for the dollar chart, we still have momentum headed down in the TSI and the MACD. Stock RSI wants to cross up, but what I'm looking really to see is a daily candle close and a follow-up candle close below this middle purple line, because that has been like that line that if we're above, we're really bullish. If we get below, we're in a correction. Above, support, bullish. We get below, rejection, correction. And then we get above, support, and then we break down. So like I want to get us below where we're at now, hold a couple of daily candle bodies below it and start seeing some pressure to the downside. If we go on the 12-hour chart, that will coincide. Probably, yeah, it makes sense with us on the 12-hour getting below the EMA ribbon and holding it as resistance. So like we get into the EMA ribbon, resistance. When we break above, hold as support. That's when we go bullish on the dollar. But when we get below and hold the EMA ribbon as resistance on the 12-hour chart, that's a place where we want to be. So let's go to the weekly. A lot of things are showing me as far as like these indicators down here that very, very soon we're going to see the dollar roll over. We're already seeing that momentum starting to shift to the downside. We just need follow through. We need a decisive breakdown. If we take this Fibonacci retracement, I'm going to grab this low to this high. And we can see that we just need to come down and break 111 basically. We need to just close resistance under 111, and that's how we'll know, all right, it's been a decisive breakdown and it's likely a further correction will ensue. Then on the upside, if we break above that like 114, then we're still headed to the upside there. So 114 is that key resistance that we want to close below, and then 111 is that key support that we want to break down from. But until then, we're just going to range, and so will cryptos. They'll range until that point. We need a decisive break of the dollar, and then we'll be able to know and see what the cryptos are going to do. So if we go to the NASDAQ 100, go to the hour chart, you can see that we're breaking down right now. It's coinciding with the dollar breaking up today and the bond yields up today. You can see that just the relationship of the dollar, bond yields, and the stock market and crypto. We're seeing a rise in the dollar, rise in the bond yields, stock market coming down, crypto coming down. So like that's the relationship. So let me pull this out. 12-hour chart. We're finding some resistance at the 50 moving average there. The key is to get above the 50 moving average, hold that support, and ultimately get above the 200 moving average and hold that support. Right now, we do have momentum to the upside. We have a long entry right there, so we're just going to have to see it play out. We just don't want to curl back over and have the momentum shift to the downside. Right now, it is to the upside on some of the higher time frames, but the lower time frames, it's looking like we're curling over. But on the 4-hour chart, we're trying to flip this EMA ribbon. We've tried multiple times in the past month here. You see, we tried to flip it here, but we broke down below. So we held as resistance, try to flip it here, support, broke down below, resistance. And now we're trying again to flip this, hold as support, and start making our way up here. So we're going to see if we like range here and we do hold as support, we're going to see a convergence of the EMA ribbon and this 50 moving average with the 200 moving average. So it's looking like by the end of October, we're going to see a move to the upside or the downside, a decisive break. It just matters what the dollar is doing, the bond yields at that time. And then this is XRP. Actually, I'm going to go to Bitcoin and let me get rid of this. And we're going to go on the 4-hour chart. So same thing with Bitcoin. We're trying to flip the EMA ribbon on the 4-hour chart. We need to hold it as support though, because when we do flip it, and if we don't hold it as support, then and we break down below, we hold as resistance, resistance, resistance. We try to flip it here, try to hold as support. We couldn't, broke down below, try to flip it again, try to hold as support, break down below, resistance, resistance. And then we're trying now again to hold that support. So, but if we break below, then we're going to hold this as resistance. So we really need, this is a critical time point. If I put a trend line like this, and then I'm going to go into the lower time frames, we can see that we're at a critical level. I mean, like this breakdown, the sharp breakdown, I feel as if like was a deviation away from, because that was when the CPI report came out. But if we connect like where this broke down further from for a capitulation moment, and if I go down into the lower time frames a little more, you can see we held that support initially here, came up, then we broke down below, came back above it, support, support, and now we're coming close down to it right now. And that's coinciding with the 30-minute 200 moving average right there. So you can see the past times that we flipped it and we couldn't hold that support. We came down, we held this as a resistance point until we could flip it again. So we really need to reclaim back above 19,500. And I really want to see us hold 19,000, like 150, 19,000 flat. Most definitely. If we do break down from that point, then we could go to, and we break down from 19,000, then we could see 18,555. And then we could see even 17,870. We could revisit these lows back down here. So don't be surprised if that happens. I still believe the bottom is in, but if we take out these lows here and we have a pretty volatile move and like the volatility picks up and we're seeing like the void lines, both those mouths open up, then we know it's a legit strong move and that maybe there's more downside to come. But I'm still in the camp that we already have bottomed. If we go to the weekly chart, we can see that we're still have green in the MACD and we still, even though that we're like going down in the price. So we have some hidden momentum that we just need some event, some catalyst announcement to just like really just push us out of here. We're waiting for something and something's coming soon. You can feel it. 6-hour chart. Let's see. Yeah. 6-hour chart. I'd like to see us get above these moving averages here and hold that support, which is around 20K. We really need to break above 20K and hold that support. And then you can see we have these connecting points as well too. Support, support. We had a lot of wicks kind of back and forth between our support. And so like that's sitting around like 19,000. 19,000 is very crucial to hold. If we don't hold it, we could be heading like down somewhere to touch this trend line, maybe something like this. So if we come down, we don't hold it. We could come down, hit a trend line like that, hit this low over here, double bottom, come back up, and then break out like that. That's definitely in the cards. But we're just watching those key levels, 19,000, and then on the downside for support. And then we really just want to break back above 20,000 and preferably 20,500 and hold that support. Now at XRP on the daily chart, we still got a lot of momentum or selling pressure. You can see that the rising dark red here, where we have TSI crossed down, headed down, stock RSIs, no momentum. We can see the RSIs breaking down the 50 line and the blue starting to sneak above the pink. So don't be surprised if there is a correction on XRP. I don't think we're going to come back down and revisit 30 cents or anything like that. But I do think that there's a possibility of, if we take this low to this high, we stretch it out, we could come down on test. And actually, let me go to the 12-hour chart. Well, I mean, like it is in the cards. Like if we could come down and break down and retest 38 cents to 36 cents real quick, I do think that if we do test down here, it's going to be like a flash crash to an immediate buyback, something like that. It will be very quick. It only lasts like a full day, 24 hours, if that be the case. But it's something that we got to watch. And then we see these trend lines like that. So we came down, support, and then we could come down, and that's sitting around like 45 cents. If I take this low to this high, stretch it out, then we have the 716. I mean, 786 sitting at like 45.5 cents. Right now we're currently at 46.5 cents. Definitely want to hold, if I go to the 4-hour chart, these like points right over here. So like where we initially came up and broke through, we came down support, broke down below, resistance, got above, and then tried to hold a support, resistance, came back, support, and now we're like basically right on that line. Yeah, we definitely want to hold above 45.5 cents, and we don't want to close the daily candle below that. And especially if we're looking at the 200 moving average, like for the past week or so now, we've not wanted to close like a daily body candle below the 200 moving average. So ever since like October 5th. So it's been 13 days of having daily body candle closes above the 200 moving average. And we've had times where we sold off, still closed above with the body. But this candle right now has the body below it. So if by the end of the day, we can close the daily body candle above 47.5 cents, that'll look good to me. Definitely. We just want to see the momentum come back in. If we go to the 2-day chart, we can see that we've got a MACD cross down, TSI cross down, stock RSI. And then let's see on the 3-day. 3-day, we don't have it yet, but the 1-day, 2-day, that's pretty high time frame. Though the momentum is to the downside unless we can see something pop up out of here, maybe the dollar breaking down, Bitcoin breaking up, or a catalyst, an event, an announcement. But yeah, for the moment, we are gonna probably just cool off a little bit until we can see some of these indicators turn around. So it's very likely we could come down, retest 42 cents to 40 cents, maybe even 38 cents, and retest this 50 moving average right here. So don't be surprised that if that's the case, plan for that. But as far as where we're at now, if I go to the 5-day chart, we definitely 44 cents is like definitely something that we want to hold these higher time frame candles above. Because if we're looking to the past here, it was a critical level where like when we broke above here, we held a support. When we broke down below, we really broke down. We got above here, support, and then we shot. Then we came down. We held on this capitulation back in May, we held the body of the candle close above this level, but then we broke down from it, resistance, until finally we just got back above it. And we've held all the body of the candles above 44 cents to this point. So this is the 5-day chart. So we definitely on the higher time frame candles want to see the bodies close above this level. I wouldn't want to see us break down below and hold the candle bodies below like 40 to 43 cents, because that means we're really curling over here. So that's what I'm watching as far as XRP goes. Then on the 4-hour chart, we can see that there's going to be a move soon, very, very soon. So I should get this out ASAP, because you're seeing the 50 moving average curl in, the 200 moving average right here, and there's not much time left. So this is going to be at its pinnacle Friday, but we could easily break out at any moment imminently. So definitely prepare for that, for either side, and just wait for confirmation. We break down and we're not recovering immediately within that hour or even the next hour, or you could even just wait for the daily candle close at 8 p.m. tonight. Then maybe, let a little go. And then if it falls down lower, you can get back in. But if it starts to recover and it breaks back up, then is a fake breakdown and we're having a real breakout. All I know is that there's going to be a huge move very, very soon here. We can see that things have been quiet. We can see the dollar's at a critical level, Bitcoin's at a critical level, stocks, bond yields, and XRP on the shorter time frames as well as the higher time frames. And keep in mind, like, that 12-day signal did flash a buy now the other day, but like that's such a higher time frame that usually you see like the lagging effect. So when a higher time frame like signal from the Stargate signals flash, then like it needs a little time to play out. Ooh. So like this candle closes in 9 days. We could pull down to 40 cents within the next couple days, and then by the end of this candle close in 9 days, we could be back at 55 cents. So like with these higher candle time frames, like there's a lot of stuff that can happen in between them during that time, like in the next 9 days. But ultimately the momentum's to the upside. You can see that with the stock RSI, the MACD, TSI. Higher time frames are showing huge momentum to the upside. Lower time frames are showing, hey, we're cooling off a little bit. And then the medium time frames are kind of like neutral right now. we're really at like a point where the next couple days here are going to show us our direction for the rest of the month. And then, we're going to have to revisit that when we see the decisive move. But we can see on the 8-hour chart, actually, I'm going to go to the 9-hour. We're seeing momentum come down here. So we just need put these indicators up in your chart or request access to the indicator, and you can like wait to see until these cross back up, because once we see an uptick like that and price regain like 50 cents, I believe that we're ready to go. But right now that it's just too risky as far as saying that, oh yeah, we're extremely bullish, because these indicators are showing some bearish momentum at the moment, but that could change on a dime. XRP has been pretty resilient so far. So I'm going to take this low to this high, and we know that 45.5 cents. And let's see, from this point to this point, we actually retrace back to retest 702. So we could be coming down here. So don't be surprised if that's the case. And we're basically just in this range between 42 cents to like 52 cents. And until we have a decisive break below one of these points, then we'll know like how much longer we have to wait here. But as long as we're maintaining in this channel, then everything is just neutral until we have a break above or below to know where the next direction is. But we can get some clues from these indicators down here for when the momentum's switching. And right now at the moment, I'm just waiting for the daily chart to kind of look alive here, and then coinciding with the 12-hour chart to curl up as well too. So just be prepared. We're going to see a move soon. If you're just cool with riding this whole wave out, then so be it. But if you're looking to just take a little off the table, and if it drops down, get back in, then that's a good call too. Just wait for confirmation for that to be the case. It really could be either way at this point. It depends what Bitcoin and the dollar are doing. And right now the dollar is showing some momentum to the upside on the lower time frames, but we don't have confirmation as far as these cross ups yet. So the end of today is going to be very telling. We'll have to see. But that's it, guys. If you want to get access to the automated signals, then in the bio, in the description, join my Discord. We have automated signals from my Stargate indicator sending right through to there for mad different cryptos. So I'll see you guys in the Discord.